Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and we're going to be looking at a very interesting knife that I've been using as part of my EDC on and off for a couple of months now, and it is from a company called T.Kell knives. If you guys are not familiar with T.Kell knives, it is a small knife company. It is a veteran-owned company, but they've actually been making a big splash in the EDC community, especially for those folks that have had the pleasure of checking out their blades because of the form factor of their blades and the thought process behind how they make each and every single blade. What are people going to be using them for? How are they going to be carrying them? I think they put a lot of thought process behind them. Now, I actually had an opportunity to first meet them a couple of years back at Blade Show, and I've been a big supporter, a big fan, and a big user of their blades ever since. I've got a couple of their different models, and this is the newest one that I've had the opportunity to go ahead and check out. Like I mentioned, I've been carrying it on and off for a couple months as part of my EDC, and I wanted to go ahead and showcase it for you guys because maybe it's something that you might be interested in. Now, whenever I look at a fixed blade, especially for EDC carry, I tend to gravitate towards smaller EDC blades just because, I like my EDC to be more compact. And I think this particular blade fits that very, very nicely. Now, this is called the Nightshade Reverse Tanto, and it is actually marketed by them as the ultimate EDC CCW blade. Now, CCW stands for Concealed Carry Weapon. So, a disclaimer, if you are looking at carrying a fixed blade or even a folder, but mainly a fixed blade for personal defense, for concealed carry as a concealed carry weapon, first I would definitely recommend that you train on how to use how to use a fixed blade as a weapon. But also, if you're not fully trained or something like that, that you look for something that's going to give you the biggest advantage. And I think, again, the Nightshade Reverse Tanto definitely does that for you. Now, as you guys can see, it is here in a Kydex sheath. It is designed to be worn horizontal on your belt, and it definitely hides very, very well. It is very discreet. I normally tend to carry it in front on my, what I would call my weak side. So I have, if I'm carrying my firearm, I have it on my right side since I am right-handed. So the knife would actually sit more towards the left side, but towards the kind of the front of my body. But again, because you have this sheath which is ambidextrous, you can actually swap it around. So if you wanted to wear it the other way, or if you wanted to wear it like on the side or on your back or something like that, you can go ahead and do that very easily. You do get this nice clip right here. Now, the really cool thing is that when you go on their site, and I'll leave a link below so you can check it out, if you select a particular knife that you're going to get, you can do different options like selecting the handle color, for the knife, and then they have different clip sizes and stuff like that. And then even if you wanted to do other type of sheets or stuff like that, I'm pretty sure you can reach out to them and they'll be able to help you with that. So this one right here, again, is called the Nightshade. I'll go ahead and remove it out of the sheath. And here is the knife itself. So as you guys can see, overall it is a rather small size knife. You have an overall length of 6.5 inches. So again, comes in very, very small, very easy to carry, very discreet. Even when you remove it from the sheath, it's still going to be a small form factor. Now, the length of the handle itself, including the ring, is 4.25 inches, and then you get a 2-inch blade right there, which is really, really nice. Blade steel is 80 CR-V2 steel, and it also has a nickel boron coating. Now, this is similar to what you find in some bolt on weapons or different firearms and stuff like that. So that's a really nice coating that is definitely going to stay on there. It's not going to wear off or anything like that. It gives it a nice kind of like a brownish color to the blade itself, which is pretty interesting. Obviously, it is a full tang knife, so the whole knife is one piece right here, including the ring in the back there. Now, I mentioned earlier that obviously, if you're going to be carrying a fixed blade for personal defense or something like that, that you want, you might want to train with it and stuff like that. But one of the things that I find that even for somebody that's not very well versed with using fixed blades or knives, for that purpose, is the ring actually does come in very handy because it definitely locks the knife in your hand, and that guy is not coming out. If you didn't know how to use it and you just have to pick it up and use it, that ring definitely helps you from not losing the knife if you get yourself into a situation where you have to actually pull it out. Now, because this is a reverse Tanto blade also, you have two sharp edges. So you have your main cutting edge right here, and then your reverse Tanto edge on the top right there. Now, what's really good about that is that regardless of what orientation you pull this knife out, so if you holding it in a regular grip, or even if you were to be holding it in reverse grip, you are going to have a cutting edge on either side. So if you're going in or coming back, there's going to be a blade there. So especially for self-defense in a very tight situation, that makes a lot of sense because you want to make sure that you have full control of the knife, but also that you have a cutting edge regardless of which way you're going with the knife itself. So again, definitely make sure that you are trained up on how to use fixed blades for self-defense if that's going to be the purpose for you to carry this. Now, I can tell you that this knife is extremely comfortable, as the majority or all of T.Kell knives are. You do have your finger grooves right there, and then you have this what they call like a grenade pattern on the scales right here. So it fits very, very comfortable on the grip right there. This one being in a black and red G10, it feels really, really nice in the hand. So no matter if your hands are sweaty, if they're wet, if they're oily, if you have anything else on your hands, this knife is not going anywhere. And that's thanks to obviously the grip right here, very grippy, but then also the ring in the back there. So as you guys can see, here it is in my hand. It fits really, really nice. Now, there is a little bit more of a gap in the ring there, so if you do have thicker fingers, fatter fingers, or maybe you're wearing gloves or something like that, you are still going to be able to get them through that ring, which is really nice. Now, another thing that they do have at the end right here is, as you guys can see, the ring kind of flares up a little bit. Now, I was looking on their website to see if they mentioned if that has any particular purpose, but I didn't see anything, but I would probably tend to guess that that would be if you had to use it as an impact weapon. You wanted to have that, kind of a little bit more point to the that striking area right there, so that if you have to strike with that, you can also do that, and it'll maximize damage, I guess you would say. Blade looks really, really awesome. Again, you do have the markings right there, T.Kell knives, and that is pretty much the only markings on the blade, which is really good. Again, you don't have a bunch of stuff kind of plastered all over the blade. But again, the blade steel is 80 CRV2 steel. So again, if you're in the market for a small EDC style knife that is very comfortable, very easy to use, if you had to, I would definitely recommend this Nightshade Reverse Tanto, just because of just the feel. Again, I can't say enough about how it feels in the hand. It feels like it's definitely going to be able to do whatever it is that you need it to do, but also just the ease of use and the ease of carry. A very nice retention on the sheath. Doesn't rattle or anything like that in there. Again, what I normally do is I just clip this to my belt, and it just kind of rides that natural curvature of my body, and it's very easy to conceal, very discreet. But if I wanted to take the clip off and maybe dump it in my pocket or something like that, I could still do that if I wanted to. Obviously, I carry it in that location because it's easy to retrieve with my dominant hand if I had to. But if I really had to retrieve it with my other hand in the reverse grip, I can still pull it out as well, and it's very easy to get to, and I don't have to worry about fumbling around or anything like that, because again, if that is going to be the purpose for the knife, you want to make sure that you have easy access and onto the knife itself. So I wanted to go ahead and showcase this for you guys because I think it is a great option. I know there's a lot of folks out there that like to keep a minimal EDC carry, and I think this particular knife definitely will fit that role. So if you guys are interested, as I mentioned, I'll go ahead and leave a link to their site where you guys can take a look at the different options for the grip color on this particular knife, or if you want to check out some of the other models that they have available, go ahead and check those out because I think they're doing a really, really awesome job. And I always like supporting veteran-owned companies, especially the smaller companies out there. So there it is, just a look at the Nightshade Reverse Tanto EDC CCW blade from T.Kell Knives. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.